her, "Your granny is ill. Will you take this cake to her, please?"
Yes.
Dressed in red, dressed in red, riding hood around her head. Dressed in red, little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood. Full of fun, basket full of currant buns. Full of fun, Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood. Off to the wood, promising to be very good. Off to the wood, Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood was reminded by her mother not to stop at all on the way. She must go straight to her grandmother's house and not talk to any strangers. So she promised to be careful, waved goodbye to her mother, and skipped off through the woods. It was a lovely sunny day, and Little Red Riding Hood saw some beautiful flowers growing. The flowers were so pretty that she forgot her promise to her mother. She knelt down and began to pick some, but someone was lurking behind the tree. It was a crafty, wicked, hungry wolf. Who is that creeping about, creeping about, creeping about? Who is that creeping about? It's wicked Mr. Wolf. Who's that hiding behind the trees, behind the trees, behind the trees? Who's that hiding behind the trees? It's wicked Mr. Wolf. Who's that looking through the leaves, through the leaves, through the leaves? Who's that looking through the leaves? It's wicked Mr. Wolf. Mr. Wolf walked up to Little Red Riding Hood and spoke to her in a nice, friendly voice.
What's your name, little girl?
I'm Little Red Riding Hood.
Ooh, and where are you going?
To my granny's house down in the woods. Mr. Wolf thought that Little Red Riding Hood looked very tasty, and he cooked up a cunning plan. Off he ran as fast as he could to Granny's house. He knocked on the door. Granny sat up in bed.
Who is it? Who is it?
Mr. Wolf put on the sweetest voice he could.
It's Little Red Riding Hood. Oh, come in, dear.
Mr. Wolf let himself in. He went over to Granny, opened up his big mouth, and gobbled her up whole. He let out a huge burst. She was a bit tough. Mr. Wolf put on one of Granny's nightgowns, one of her frilly sleeping caps, and her glasses. Then he got into Granny's bed and waited for Little Red Riding Hood to arrive. A short time later, there was a knock at the door. Mr. Wolf spoke in his friendly, sweet voice again.
Who's there?
It's me, Little Red Riding Hood.
Oh, come in, dear.
But when Little Red Riding Hood went into the cottage, she thought her granny looked very, very odd.
Huh?
Granny, look odd today. Your nose has grown a lot. Granny, you're looking odd today. What a great big nose you've got. Oh, Granny. Granny, you're looking odd today. Your ears have grown a lot. Granny, you're looking odd today. What a great big ears you've got. Oh, Granny. Granny, you're looking odd today. Your eyes have grown a lot. Granny, you're looking odd today. What a great big eyes you've got. Oh, Granny. Granny, you're looking odd today. Your teeth have grown a lot. Granny, you're looking odd today. What a great big teeth you've got. Oh, Granny. Little Red Riding Hood looked carefully at Granny.
Granny, what a big eye you've got. Oh, the better to see you with, my dear. Oh, and Granny, what a big ear you've got. Oh, the better to hear you with, my dear. And what a big teeth you've got. The better to eat you. Yum.
And began to chase Little Red Riding Hood. She ran around the room with the wolf behind her, screaming loudly. A woodcutter, chopping logs nearby, heard the scream and ran quickly to the cottage. He bonked the wolf on the head and split him down the middle with his axe. Out popped Granny.
Oh my goodness! It's time!
Then Little Red Riding Hood, Granny, and the woodcutter filled the wolf's tummy with stones. They sewed him up and took him deep into the woods. Mr. Wolf had a very bad tummy ache when he woke up. Everyone felt very relieved.
From now, I will always do as my mother asks, and I will not talk to any strangers I meet.
Granny,
I promise.
the woodcutter, and Little Red Riding Hood sat down together to have tea and cake, and were never bothered by that wicked Mr. Wolf again. Goodbye, Mr. Wolf, don't you come back, don't you come back, don't you come back. Goodbye, Mr. Wolf, don't you come back, don't bother us again, don't bother us again. Goodbye, Mr. Wolf, go to your den, go to your den, go to your den. Goodbye, Mr. Wolf. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.